Mm-hmm. 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 Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy. Hold my beer for a minute, I'm about to quit my job, cash in for a ticket. I'm going on a trip, and I don't plan to visit. I'm gonna stay there till I feel like I'm winning, and this is just the beginning. I need a big change, help me feel like living. I need a big swing, home runs I'm hitting, and I'll never look back, moving on till I get it all. And we all got dreams, we all want things.
Good morning, guys. Thank you all for being here. Well, it's morning to me because I recently just woke up. I just probably woke up an hour ago, so it's morning to me. But good afternoon to everybody. All right. Wakes up this morning. There is a press conference going on, or with the family. So we're going to get into that. All right. We're going to get into that. I woke up and it started. It had already started. So only thing I could do just was make myself a thumbnail and get ready. That's the only thing I could do. Okay. I haven't even had my lemon water this morning, or no kind of water, or anything. Nothing to eat or anything. I just got through brushing my teeth. I just got through brushing my teeth and washing my face. Y'all know I don't put nothing on my face, no more than cream. My facial cream and stuff. I keep my face clean and looking hot and pretty. But as for makeup and stuff, y'all know I don't do all that. I wish I could, but I don't know how. So that's why I don't do it. But anyway, let's go ahead and get to the matter at hand. We woke up this morning to a live um, on WLOX News, and it was a live from the NABJ conference. No, convention. Oh Lord, NABJ convention. Y'all know I'm trying to. Let me find some glasses so I can see what I'm talking about. Early this morning, I found my Oakley. These are prescription glasses. Okay. Let me see. Now I can see it. Okay. Early this morning. But anyway, it's the Nolan Wells family. They are looking they're looking into federal charges, a federal review, should I say. Nolan Wells family is looking for a federal review into the death of their son, Nolan Wells, at 18 years old, that was unalived on Horn Island, or on a boat on Horn Island somewhere. Y'all know we're still putting it together, because we ain't waiting on those sloppy folks in Mississippi to put ish together. Okay. Only reason they're running around with the head cut off like a chicken is because of all the pressure that we're putting on them. Keep the pressure going, guys. Keep Nolan Wells' name front and center. I don't care what they're telling you. Shut up, be quiet. I'm going to try to silence you. Stereotactics. Tactics. Keep his name front and center. Okay? Every day. We can't rest, not even a day. If you don't have time to do a live, do a video. If you don't have time to do a video and drop it, do a short about him. If you don't have time to do a short about him, find something. Keep his name alive. Even just post a video of him and put some music to it. Anything. Keep him front and center at everything that we do, until justice for Nolan Wells, justice for his family, justice. And for his mother to get the answers, his mother and father get the answers that they need. Okay? And prayers go out to the family. We get our marches and orders from the family, from her. Okay? So here we go. If it doesn't benefit that family, we ain't doing it, because we ain't doing nothing to benefit the other side. We're doing everything we can to ease her pain. Okay, let's get started. Let me go ahead and say welcome to the Pink House, guys. And also hit that like button. Hitting that like button keeps me in the algorithm. It helps YouTube to push my video out to more people that may like my content. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button. Do whatever it needs to be done. Okay? To get me out there. The more people that see my video, the more people that may like my content. But we need this video to get pushed out. So people that don't watch the news, don't know nothing about it, because there's still a lot of Americans, a lot of people in this country don't know nothing about it. So the more my video gets pushed out there, the more people that know about Nolan Wells as well. Okay? And y'all know I'm not doing this for no money. Anybody that know me, Pinkie ain't doing this to get no money. Okay? Y'all just make sure y'all get that straight. Okay? But anyway, so subscribe to the channel. That way, anytime I drop a video, I drop a live or do anything, or short anything, y'all will be notified. You'll get that notification. Oh, Pinkie just dropped something. Oh, yes. Make sure you hype every video, every live that I do. Hype, and hit that like button, even if you're in the bushes. Let me say thank you to everybody. I am carrying this on two of my channels today, Pink Global and Pink of the Housewife. I'm doing it on both of my channels today. Okay? Because I don't think it's going to be that long. That's why. Okay, now let's go ahead and let me get started with Nolan Wells. What's going on? What's going on? If y'all coming in, make sure you hit that like button, even if you're in the bushes. Please let me be able to concentrate on what I need to show you all and bring to you all, versus me keep telling everybody to hit that like and subscribe button. Y'all can tell I just woke up. See how puffy my face is? Boy, these big, beautiful lips are looking good early in the morning. They look good anyway, though, but they looking good early this morning. Y'all can see I just woke up and haven't had nothing to drink or eat or anything. Just woke up. Just had enough time to drop this down for y'all, this thumbnail. Okay? So that's why my face is so puffy and I'm loving it. Okay. We're going to be talking about the Nolan Wells family. Okay? Because they're pushing for a federal review. They ain't got time to play with Cracker Jack Box, Ledbetter in the corner, and all them people in the mirror. They ain't got time to play with them, everybody in that Cracker Jack box. Okay? Because they want answers. They ain't got time to play with you. But anyway, the family of Nolan Wells is calling for a federal review. Y'all see that. That's his mother. And y'all see her right down there at the bottom. Y'all see his mother right there. We need to get her some T-shirts made with his face on it. Justice for Nolan Wells. Okay? Is that dress got Nolan on it? Or that top? But anyway, calling for a federal review. Let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, going the wrong way. Let me put Nolan's pictures up here, regardless. No, I need a look at her. Oh, Lord. His mother. She's a beautiful soul, a beautiful person. Okay. Now, let me just say this. We're going to be watching that press conference, guys. We're going to be covering the new developments and the details of Nolan Wells, that conference at the press conference at the NABJ convention. His family and their attorney are now calling for a federal review, citing unanswered questions and concerns about how this case has been handled. We're going to walk through the timeline, the family's claims, the attorney's demands, and what a federal review actually means. Yes, we need to walk through it. Yes, we do. In this case, this has been going on since July the 4th, the day he stepped at one of those kids' houses to get on one of those boats. Okay? We're going to be talking about it. We're going to talk about the incident occurrence. Wells is found unresponsive during the unresponsive while he was laying. I'm trying to find a way to put it. Unalive. Ain't no unresponsive. He was found unalive. Unalive on that beach, on that island. Okay? But the local officials, like Ledbetter, going to classify the whole situation so quickly, they didn't even have time to do an investigation or nothing. He just jumped the boat. Like, ain't nothing to see here. Real quickly. But details remain limited. But I understand that. But initially, the police statement conflicted with what the witness accounts. Medical examination notes raised questions. But let me just say this. Oh, he just jumped. There ain't nothing to see here. They was trying to pack that away and put that away. They want to hurry up and get that body off the island and everything and just say he drowned. No, I'm done well. You can, and because of Ledbetter statements and non-statements and going back to clarify and say I jumped the gun and everything. Oh, he's the one who put this in hot water. He's the one that got this all. But that's what they do in Mississippi in those small towns. The sheriff and everybody, and the mayor and everybody, and the people there that own a lot of stuff, they run that town, and they run the black people in it too. And you can't tell me they ain't playing games. They ain't out there talking about at the golf course. Who we gonna hunt today? I'm just thinking out loud, just allegedly. Oh Lord, that just came to my mind. Who we gonna hunt today? I didn't mean to say that, guys. I didn't mean to say that. I was thinking out loud. I was thinking so fast, out loud, before I can finish saying what I was saying. I didn't mean to say that they hunt black people in Mississippi. Yeah, I don't have no proof of that. And I don't know nothing about that. Never heard of it. I'm just thinking of that movie I saw. But anyway, everything is alleged. And this is my opinion. And, I'm covered under the Section 107 of the Copyright Act in 1976. And this is for educational purposes only. Okay? Educational purpose. Don't do this, guys. Don't be sending y'all young girls and young men out there and then they got some type of ritual where they get together and they got to find them a token black person to unalive. Y'all know I'm just kidding about that. I'm just playing. Okay? I like I tell y'all, I be talking, thinking out loud. I'm just thinking out loud. Okay? Today is Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody in the chat. And welcome to the Pink House. Hello, Chad. Hope you're having a great morning. Hi, Lady Leo. Good afternoon, Pinky. Prince Phoenix in chat. I was talking to Phoenix this morning. I was talking to Phoenix this morning and his dad because I was letting him know that my husband will be home today. My husband is coming. He's coming to this house today. He's at the other location, at the other home, 3 hours away. You remember I used to do that, going back and forth every weekend, 3 hours away. I had to stop that. Well, I had to, but anyway, so he'll be here sometime today. I'm not sure what time, but he'll be here. I did talk to him this morning. Talked to Phoenix this morning, so I'll be seeing Phoenix in just a little bit. Okay. truth will set you free. That is true. So get ready for your nephew, Lady Leo Phoenix, the prince. Get ready for him. Let me that baby, I tell you, that baby. Let me just show y'all something. What Phoenix is doing. What I tell you, I'm only doing this for Lady Leo because Lady Leo, that's her. She just loves herself some Phoenix. Okay. Let me show you Lady Leo because Lady Leo love herself some Phoenix. Lady Leo, I want you to see this. Okay, this is for Lady Leo. Wait.
There we go.
Uh-oh.
We're watering. Oh, the tree, baby. Spray the tree.
You see, baby Phoenix?
You did. Good job.
Wait, let me show you.
All right, we got. Are you gonna pull?
You can't see him. He got on his boots, Lady Leo, his long pants. He got on, he's dressed like a farmer. He got on a long sleeve shirt with a short sleeve on top with his hat. And he's trying to pull the water hose like a big giant fireman or a farmer trying to water his crops.
We gotta go water again. We can drop the water hose. Okay.
I just have to show Lady Leo, that's the prince. Phoenix is the prince. Phoenix been doing such a good job in taking care of my
the tree, baby.
See there, look at it.
The tree. Over there on the tree. There you go.
I just have to show Lady Leo her.
What do you want? What do you want?
Lady Leo, I don't do anything else. Lady Leo, no, I got her when it comes to baby Phoenix. Lady Leo, no, I got it. I got her covered when it comes to Prince Phoenix. You know that I'm ready for my smart prince. Oh, you know, he just turned 2 this year, and he's acting like he's 4 and 5 years old. You know, he's so helpful. He is. He is. Soon as they get here, I'm gonna make sure I bring him on up on this platform. Okay? Because you know, he is co-host. He's just something else, Lady Leo. I tell you. But anyway, we're gonna talk about the police statement conflicting with the accounts and medical examiner. Okay, while we got other questions. Okay, and then all the family pushback. The family states they was not given full access to the reports and believe key facts were submitted. I do believe that too. The attorney involved, which is attorney, cites procedural inconsistencies and formally requests federal review. That's what we're going to watch today. But also, let me just say this. The outlet, WXOX News report that the outlet confirms that the request has been submitted and is under consideration. Okay. What is that? Okay. The DOJ Civil Rights Division review for potential civil rights violation or mishandling. Ooh, independent medical analyst. Family wants a second autopsy or external forensic review. The convention security footage. Attorneys claim that the footage access have been inconsistent. Witness review. Several attendees say they were never contacted. Oh, we already know that. And then they got questions about the audio. Okay, they got questions. We ain't got no damn questions. We heard what we heard, and we know what we heard. Okay. And why the family is being held away from the information, why they ain't getting the same information other people have gotten. And I played a video last night doing my live, and y'all know There's other people that got information on not just the first autopsy, the one that they did in Mississippi with those. I ain't gonna say nothing. But anyway, and then the toxicology report. Why do people have information about that and they're not even family? They're not even in the know. So we got questions. The family got questions. And if they got questions, I got questions. Okay. Yes, that is. Okay. And what does a federal review change compared to a local handling? Oh, local handling ain't shit. That's what got all this stuff fucked up in the first place. Because the local officials are not handling this. Are they smart enough to handle it? I don't think so. Shit. They fucking up every damn thing. But they doing it by design. Okay? Are there any discrepancies between the witness accounts and official statements? Yes. Yes. Let me just say this. When a family has to escalate to the federal level, that tells me they feel unheard. And when a news outlet like WXOX confirms the request, that means this isn't speculation. It's a formal move. The question now is whether the DOJ sees enough inconsistencies to intervene. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get into it now. We're going to go ahead and start watching. This is, let me see how long ago right now have this happened. This is 2 hours ago. Okay. That this live happened 2 hours ago. But although it's 2 hours ago, we're getting ready to play this now. Okay. Let me go ahead and pull it up. And thank you all, everybody, for being here. We cannot let this stay on pause. We all have to be here for Nolan and Nolan Wells' family. And so he can get justice. Don't let his death be in vain. Don't let this young man's death be in vain. Okay? Now, this is the live. You can see how they just playing the music. So we're going to try to take this. They was getting ready for the, it says 58 minutes and 35 seconds, but it's, everybody is, they're setting up, getting ready for the press conference, okay? Jeff, you can see on the, on that slide, they have a picture of Nolan. Well, they have several pictures of Nolan, and they got justice for Nolan Wells. And they got at the bottom of that Ben Crump name. And while they doing that, let me while they let me just go ahead and fast forward a little. We're gonna fast forward some until we. And so by me fast forwarding, and instead of this being 58 minutes and 35 seconds, I already took over 8 minutes and something off. So it's not going to be that long. Okay, y'all ready? Are y'all ready? Okay, now let me just say this, guys, as we get ready. We're getting ready to show it right now. Go ahead, get you something to drink. I know it's lunchtime, where most of you all are. Well, a lot of people may be. It's 1:09 p.m. Sometime you may be in the middle of just getting up, like me. or you just rolling out of bed. Go ahead and get your coffee, your juice, your snack, or if you're already in the middle of your day, go ahead, if you want to, get your a latte, or you go ahead and get you something to drink. You know, it could be more than just a little bit of drink. It can be a drink, a full-on drink. So go ahead and get you what you need. Okay, guys? Go ahead and get you something. Go ahead and get you whatever you need. It doesn't matter. Okay, and get you lunch and stuff, because we're going to watch this with all sincerity, with our hearts open and everything. I don't need nobody coming in here clowning, but if you want to clown, you can clown, then sit yourself down. Okay, here we go. This is Nolan Wells family with their attorney, Ben Crump, and let me see who all else is with them. Here's some of the pictures. Al Shopton. We got Ben Crump there. And I'm not sure who this young lady is right here, and the man behind Ben Crump. That's Miss Christine Wells Wamley. And I like the top or dress that she got on. She got pictures of her son. We need to get Miss Christine. Or do she have pictures? I don't know. But anyway, she needs T-shirts, guys, with her son's picture on it for the entire family. Okay? Start sending in T-shirts for Miss Christine. Okay? Start sending in T-shirts for them. That's just my request. I made that request. Okay? But here we go. And do something. Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear this. If the audio is good, everything is good, put a 1 in the chat for me.
Good morning. Let me say the case that we have been dealing with now for the last several weeks around Nolan Wells is indicative of many cases around the country that have raised serious questions with racial overtones. Attorney Crump and I are going tomorrow, where I'm doing the eulogy for a young black man in Madison, Wisconsin, homeless, and they say had a knife, and there's the tape of him being shot. 3 cops surrounding him, shot and killed, 4 shots. And these cases building up in a climate of an administration in Washington that we cannot feel will objectively investigate. There was a time that we could say if state authorities fail us, we can go to the Justice Department. Even under George Bush, we went to the Justice Department. We, at this point, have to hope that one, we can deal with civil courts, or secondly, that there's a balance of power with the Democrats taking the House in November, and maybe the Judiciary Committee under that can at least put a check and balance on cases that need to be investigated. But we are right now where we have 2 parents, lovely parents, I've gotten to know them, that really don't have an answer to the question. Is it a civil rights violation or not? And we do not know. How do you trust the words of people that say immediately there was no foul play? We haven't even investigated whether it was foul play. How do you trust people that come back from something that happened and never really give you a straight story of what happened, including you have the keys to the car? So when you have more questions than answers, you have to have people that will drive the answers out, and that's what we do. And that's why I've been involved, and that's why we stay involved. And it gets worse and worse and worse. The parent of one of the boys threatening to sue us for asking a question. Imagine that now. Some of y'all call it, what do you feel about the parents? One of the boys says he's going to sue you and Ben Crump. Sue us for what? For saying what happened? So we've gone back that far. And that is why we're going to stand with these parents, because usually, you know, I come from Brooklyn, New York. I was born and raised there. I don't come from the South. But my mother used to bring me down south to my grandmother in Dothan, Alabama. And Congressman, my grandmother told me You see that pen over there? I said, yes. She said, that's a pen of hogs and pigs. I said, yes, ma'am. She said, always know something. If you take a brick and you throw it in that pile, the hog that hollers is the hog you hit. There's too much hollering going on in Mississippi that we haven't hit something. I can't figure out which one we hit, but we hit something. Because now they're talking about lawsuits. They're threatening a mother of a child, trying to get her job taken. You wouldn't be hollering if we wasn't hitting something. And we're going to stay on that, and we're going to stay on it all the way. In light of that, before attorney, and I call him the Attorney General of Black America, gives us the legal basis, and then we hear from the parents. Congresswoman who lived herself through dealing with the whole tragedy of her own son. That's how we met, on a plane. She was a flight attendant at the time. And she stopped me on the plane and said, well, man, why are you dealing with my son's case? And we started a relationship. She ended up being elected right here in Georgia and reelected. They redrew her lines, and she was reelected anyhow. The lines couldn't reduce the favor of the people. Congresswoman Lucy McBath.
Good afternoon, everyone. First, I want to say thank you to Reverend Al Sharpton, and also thank you to Attorney Crump for being the armor bearers for this family, the Nolan's family. It's a really, really sad occasion that we're here again. I was just saying to my staff on the way in, it's like this brings back so many vivid memories for me and my own family, having lost Jordan to unnecessary gun violence in November 2012, Black Friday, simply because he was Black and playing loud music in his car. And so here we are again today, here for the loss of another Black young man in our community. And we find ourselves asking the same questions. How did it happen? Why did it happen? This family stands here demanding answers. This family deserves answers. I myself sought the same justice for my son Jordan that they're seeking for theirs, and they deserve answers, and they deserve justice. Justice that should not be denied this family, or should it ever be denied to any of our children or our lost loved ones. As a member of the Congressional Black Caucus, I'm the second vice chair of the Congressional Black Caucus. We are demanding a full federal investigation. Kash Patel, we're demanding a full federal investigation as to what has actually happened to Nolan Wells. We want to make sure that every stone is unturned because his life matters. All of our children's and our families' lives matter. And we must fight back. We must stand up, and we must demand accountability for this family's loss. We cannot turn a blind eye to what continues to happen again and again and again. That's the reason why I ran for Congress, to make sure that we continue to put a face on what's happening to our families and our communities every single day. We must say Nolan's name. Say his name. Lift his name. And as the national Black journalists of this country, you have the ability to be able to lift this story and not let it die. We see over and over again these kinds of tragedies in our communities that continue to happen. And they make it to CNN. They make it to MSN Now. They make it to our local news for maybe 30 days, if that. And then the stories are gone. And the carnage is left with the families and the communities that have lost someone that they love. So I thank the National Black Journalists. Thank you for lifting this family's story. Do not let it die. Continue to say his name. Continue to tell his story.
Guys, I didn't mean for that to pop up. That was hit the wrong button. Okay, so I'll remove that whenever I get a chance.
Because they deserve justice, and it matters. It mattered for me. It mattered for Trayvon. It mattered for Eric Brown. It matters for all of our loved ones that we have lost.
As Attorney Crump comes, let me say, as Congresswoman McBath has said, the caucus has asked the federal government to look into it. For those of us that are worried about the politicalization of the present administration, that is why January becomes important, that we have a judiciary committee that can also monitor when investigation happens now or does not happen. So it won't end there. They may come out with any announcement they want in the next month or so. We're having a big march August 28th in Washington we must deal with voting rights. So we have the right people in so we can check and balance. I want to say to people in Mississippi, whatever investigation you come with, once we have a fair and balanced government, your investigation will be investigated. It will not end with what they say in Mississippi. Attorney General of Black America, Benjamin Crow.
Thank you so much, Mentor. Reverend Allen, thank you for helping not only lead the effort to get to the truth, but keeping this family in your prayers as you have done so many more families, giving them support. I'm Attorney Ben Crump, along with Attorney Eric Hertz, Attorney Lisa Park, Attorney Ahmad Smith. We have the honor of representing the family of Nolan Wells. Obviously, you all have come to know his parents, Christine and Elmore Wells.
Oh, guys, she doesn't have, Miss Christine doesn't have a T-shirt or a dress with his pictures on it. That was from the projector that was as she was walking past. Sorry about that. But I do think we all in this country, all these millions of people, somebody or a handful of us can send Miss Christine some T-shirts with her son's picture on it. Send to the whole family. I just think so.
And this is hard. I heard Congresswoman Macbeth, who lost her son Jordan almost 12 years ago, and it's still raw and emotional when you hear her talk about the loss of a child. I mean, he's not coming back, and that is the story. Everything else is just, hyperbole, is distraction. The story is what happened to Nolan Wells. Somebody knows something. Somebody saw something. I'm thankful to Reverend Al Sharpton and Mr. Tyler Perry and Terrell Owens and Byron Allen putting up these rewards. I understand others have now put up rewards, and that's good because that means we all have the same objective. We want the truth about what happened to Nolan Wells, and it is urgent. It is urgent because each day that goes by, you worry, will we ever get to the truth?
I want you all to look at one thing. I'm about to cry just looking at it. Do you all see Nolan Wells' mother? Look at her face. Look at her face. She is tired. She misses her son. She is still in grief, guys. And for people that's doing the things that they're doing, let this beautiful woman mourn her son without all of y'all crackerjack people threatening her family, and her child. Let her be just like any other mother, have the right to mourn her son, the right to ask questions, the right to ask for justice, the right for people to be held accountable. Look at her face. God bless this family.
And so that's why we want to thank CBC for calling on the federal authorities and anybody else who has resources to help this family get to the truth of what happened to their son. I know I was talking to Christian Clark, and she said, no, let's make sure that all taxpayers' money that goes to support federal resources apply to our children too. I mean, let's say that nobody should say, oh, it doesn't matter that much because it's a black child. No, it matters. All of our children matter. And so we are going to continue every day to say his name, Attorney Hertz, Attorney Park, Attorney Smith, trying to work with the local district attorney to give them what they need to do a thorough, fair, full, impartial investigation. That's what we're asking for. Everything else is just a distraction. because Nolan's birthday is next Wednesday, August 19th. It is going to be extremely difficult for his mother, his father, his family, because this August 19th will be like no other that they've ever had for the last 19 years. I mean, it's a milestone when your child gets to be 18 years old. You try to breathe a little easier, Reverend. Now you say, man, we almost got them there. They're at the cusp of being an adult, cusp of manhood. And
oh Lord, we pray for Miss Christine. I can barely hold tears back watching. Prayers go out to Miss Christine Wells Wormley, plus her husband. Prayers go out for his father, his family, Nolan's family. He will be turning 19 soon. Her heart is breaking, guys.
you heard how Elmo was working so hard, him and Nolan, his football career. I mean, he had a good start, but this was really going to be his year. I mean, so much hope, so much promise. And then July 4th came, and 4th of July will never be the same to Christine and Elmore. And on the 19th, next Wednesday, his family, we're all asking for prayer for Nolan. I know there's going to be a prayer visual in Ocean Springs. I know Reverend Al is going to work to make sure we're all praying all across the nation. But y'all, let's pray. Can we pray together in unity to say, let's get to the truth of what happened to Nolan Wells? Can we do that, America? Can we at least come together in unity on his birthday? Everybody who claimed to ever be a friend of his, can we come together in unity and pray for the truth and try to have love in our hearts for this family, for this broken-hearted mother and father, his sisters and brothers? Can we try to give them grace and give them love and pray for their humanity, for their son who was lost on 4th of July and is never coming back? Is that so much to ask? Let's have a national day of prayer on August 19th, next Wednesday, for Nolan Wells.
And guys, I know we all can do that. Let's, once again, Ben Crump said on August 19th, a national day of prayer for Nolan Wells and the family. I'm making a note, day of prayer. Okay.
And at this time, we'll hear from his mother and father, then Eric, and we'll try to answer your questions.
Hello, everyone. Thank you all for having us, for platforming our son's story. As many of you know, his 19th birthday is next Wednesday. And it's, as the days gets closer, it's definitely getting harder. That realization is really sinking in, that we don't have our son physically here anymore. And I think a lot of people have forgotten. Only thing we want to know is what happened. That's all we want to know, is what happened to our son. Because many parents out there, you still have your children. You still can hug them. You still can call them. You still can celebrate their life with them. And we do not have that anymore. Our lives have forever changed. This new normal is something I would never wish on anyone, not even my worst enemy. The hurt that we feel daily, the conversations that we have to have, not just with each other, but also with our other children as they are grieving as well. So we ask that everyone, please, next Wednesday, join us in prayer. As for us as a family, but also too for everyone out there, but especially for Nolan in the process that we're going through. And again, we thank you so much.
First of all, I want to say thank you to everyone who's constantly keeping our son's story in the forefront. You don't know how much we really appreciate that. Nolan brought light to our family. He was the fun in it. And with his birthday coming up, like my wife said, we have to deal with a new normal. Who knows what these years are going to bring, but we know that these years on August 19th is going to bring a lot of hurt, some laughter as we think about memories, but as far as our family, a very big piece will no longer be there. We just want the truth. We just want to know what any other parent would want to know. We're asking the questions any parent would ask. And if you feel that something's wrong with that, then that's a problem that you have to deal with. But as far as us and our family, we're just asking for truth, transparency, and to please keep us in your prayers. Next week is going to be a hard week, and the years follow are going to be hard. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Christian and Elmore, it never gets easy, Reverend Al. And they're asking, I know Reverend Jamal Bryant is coming to Ocean Springs. Anybody who can come to Ocean Springs to be at the prayer vigil with them on a Wednesday evening at 7 p.m., please come. And if you can't come, please have prayer vigils in your city and your communities. We need to find out what happened. Attorney Hurts, Attorney Parks, and Reverend Allen, this will try to answer your questions. The family, obviously, the motion, they'll try to answer questions if they can. Any questions?
Well, my name's Logan Sean, NABJ.
Yeah, give us where you're calling, where you.
NABJ News.
Okay.
What do you believe accountability and justice for Nolan Wells should look like?
It's very simple. As we always say, if it was your child, what will accountability and justice look like? Well, that's the same thing they want for their child.
Thank you.
Whatever it would be for your child, that's the same thing they want. Whatever investigation you would do for your child, that's the same investigation they want. We're not asking for anything special. We just want equal justice for our children too.
And I think that
let me just say this, and it's so sad that we have to fight. We have to fight to have equal justice when one of our kids are suddenly don't make it home, just like all the other people in that group. They're the only ones that don't make it home. But then when the mother or the father try to get justice or ask questions, they get vilified. How dare you ask a question? Like the good old sheriff says, nothing to see here. He drowned. It was a drowning, and that is further from the truth. How can you say that when there was no investigation done, nothing done, but you just want to step in front because of who was on that, who Nolan Wells was on the boat with? Because those parents, I dare anybody to say that they done anything wrong. Those the good old boys. The American good old boys. I think Nolan is what we call a good boy. Outstanding young man. And when you hear the word good old boy coming from white people that are down in Mississippi, that's cold language. That's dog whistle to say he ain't done something he shouldn't be doing. And he ain't gotten caught up into something. So we got to throw out that good old boy. All-American good old boy. Why can't the black kid be an all-American, wonderful, amazing child? Just like the good old boys.
Must be very much emphasizing is they have said, again here with the press conferences and statements they've made throughout, when they started at our headquarters in Harlem speaking to the press. They're not trying to come to a conclusion. The other side did, saying that there was no foul play. They're trying to tell us what happened. And we're going to stand with them on that, and as well as other cases around the country. Yes, sir.
Ezekiel Telemacher with ABC 24. There's been a lot of misinformation and rumors spreading on social media. Is there anything that you guys would like to
Misinformation. Wait, let me answer that question. Misinformation came from Ledbetter, Sheriff Ledbetter. He's the one that started out with the misinformation, from jumping the gun, from putting out a statement that shouldn't have been put out. It came from him. So nobody's calling what Ledbetter did as a misinformation, wrong statement, jumping the gun. Why can't nobody is calling that? Call that first. Call what the governor said too as misinformation.
Let me just say this.
Well, I mean, I think that social media has distorted a lot. I think for myself and Ben, we're public figures that you're gonna have social media lie on us every day. I don't even know if I'm really here according to social media. But what hurts us is the distortions they've done on the family, where they've harassed her in her job and sent stuff to their house. The story with the father's question, they didn't ask to be public figures. They only are trying to get justice for their son. So I would just say, whatever social media people are trying to get likes and hits and all, do that against people like me that offered ourselves. They didn't ask for this. All they want is what happened to their son.
And I'll simply say this, because that question has come up, and I released a statement, and I want to be clear about it. We defend the First Amendment rights of content creators reporting on Nolan Wells' case. We stand with content creators, independent journalists, and citizens who are responsibly reporting on the Nolan Wells case and asking legitimate questions in pursuit of truth and accountability. The First Amendment protects robust public discussion on matters of public concern, and those protections are not reserved just for traditional media. We are deeply concerned when cease and desist letters, threatened lawsuits, or other legal pressure become tools to intimidate or silence lawful scrutiny. There is an important difference between knowingly spreading false information and asking questions. Examining, I want to make sure I get it exactly as we say it. Okay. There's an important difference between knowingly spreading false information and asking questions, examining evidence, identifying inconsistencies, expressing opinions, and demanding transparency. Reporting should not be silent. Reporting should not be silenced, and legitimate questions should not be met with intimidation. Those seeking truth and accountability in the Nolan Wells case have every right to continue asking questions and demanding answers, because we are America and we have a right to the First Amendment. That includes Black people and all people.
Hi, Denise Clay-Murray, Philadelphia Hall Monitor. My question is for Congressmember McBath. Has the formal request for the FBI from the Congressional Black Caucus been delivered to the FBI, and what deadline have you given them for a response?
We've actually we've actually written a letter, a formal letter, and it's already been executed. We've already sent it forth. We are giving them time to respond. We did not give them a specific deadline, but we did say that we are expecting to have an answer as soon as we possibly can.
Attorney Crump, Brian Young from CNN. Thank you to the family again for staying here and talking to us. There's been a lot about the meeting that you were supposed to have with the DA's office and the cooperation that they were supposed to be giving. Can you update us and tell us whether or not the family has had any contact with the DA's office? Are they talking with you? Have the investigators put their arms around you at all?
Attorney Eric Hertz and Attorney Parker.
I'm Eric Hertz, law firm Eric J. Hertz, PC, and I am heading the independent investigation in this case. I think the first thing, before I get to the exact question, is what's worse than losing a child? Probably nothing. But what makes it horrible is not knowing and transparency is the key. So with us going into this case as doing an independent investigation, we first thank all the people on stage, all the people that have helped, and we thank you, the media. We have had much communication with the district attorney, and I feel that is confidential. We have cooperated, I can tell you that, and we just want to cooperate like anyone else would have to cooperate, and we are continuing to do that. The duty to our clients.
So just to address that specifically, you may already realize and already know, there was a meeting on July 15th in Mississippi with the DA's office. At that meeting, there were several things discussed about the investigation regarding Nolan Wells and what happened to him. In that meeting, there were several things that were set out and agreed to, and we expect the DA, as well as our own team, to follow those agreements.
Yes, sir.
And Greg Dunmore from Post Speak Media out of Detroit, the ABC Station TV 20. Evil prevails when good men and women remain silent when the facts come out, and they will come out. If it indicates that something sinister did not happen and it was a freak accident, will you believe that the truth is still not being revealed? Because if the truth is not going to indicate on some level that something sinister was done, will you not believe it to be something else? If the truth is that it was not.
The truth comes out,
yes,
and it's clear, then we will accept the truth. That's all we're asking for. And we only have said that the people that are attacking them for raising the question of the truth say the same thing.
I don't think that person understands. I don't think that person understands. They need to, some people's never going to understand how Black families, Black moms and Black dads feel about their child when their child is unalive or murdered and nothing happens. No, they get no answers. No, it's just, they just give the same standard answers. He unalived his, that child unalived himself or herself. Oh, even when you're hanging from a tree, unalived himself. Black people don't do that. That's one thing Black people don't do. But anyway, or they drown. They want to close the case because if they state one of those incidents like that, case closed. They don't have to do an investigation because they don't want to do an investigation because they know where it will lead to. None of the things that they say.
I think that we've leaned over backwards in every press event, at the funeral, me doing the eulogy, saying we weren't going to prejudge. Yet they keep getting lambasted. Imagine this. You're losing your child and you're being attacked for asking what happened.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're not political figures. Why are they under attack for asking?
Thank you.
So it's not about us accepting, it's about whether or not those involved can accept. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait a minute, they always try to shut us up. I will not be silenced. Yeah, it's on.
Yes, Nehemiah Franklin. Okay. Yes, Nehemiah Franklin, the Black Wall Street Times, out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Condolences to you both. My question is for Mr. Wansley. When you went to Jack's house and he used the past tense and literally said to you, from what you told us, the media, that the brother, or that he said that Nolan was like a brother a day before the body actually washed up, was that like alarm? Did it send any alarm bells through you at all?
Put yourself in a father's shoes and just found out that your child is missing.
Not a father's shoes, but a Black father's shoes. It's a difference. But we're going to let his father go ahead and speak.
When you want to know is where he is. Trying to go back and think about specific words at that moment, I wasn't thinking about that. My mind and my focus was finding my whereabouts of my son.
Hey, Tom Jones, reporter for WSBTV here in Atlanta. I keep hearing about this young lady that Nolan left with. Has anybody managed to talk to her?
I think that what we're trying to carefully do is not impugn the investigation. So a lot of what may and may not have happened in terms of dialogue with the lawyers and the family would not be prudent to testify on WSB Atlanta.
My name is Jahara Wilson. I'm with Gravity. You're calling on the Department of Justice to open an independent federal review of Nolan's death. What do you believe federal investigators could uncover that local and state authorities?
Let me clarify also, Congresswoman, want to give some clarity.
Also, I do want to clarify that we've given them 7 days to respond. It was 7 days. So I'm sorry about that.
Your question was, what do we hope to get from them, the federal investigation? What anybody will hope. We are taxpayers too. It's the federal resources that can offer resources to help investigate the matter thoroughly. And so Nolan was not only Christine and Elmo's child, but when you think about it in a philosophical way, he was all of our children.
Yes.
By the grace of God, it could be our child next. And as American citizens, we have the absolute right to say our federal government should extend resources for our children like they will extend to everybody else. I would never forget when President Obama, with Reverend Al and I, when Trayvon Martin was unalive. And he said that it's important that we extend all of the resources of the federal government to help this family get to answers of the truth. And that's all you would want if it was your child. That's all they want if their child. Every resource available. Help us get to the truth.
And let me say that and answer that. It's important that you understand that when we raise these issues, that's all what we wanted. We raised the issue. I was out front. Ben was the attorney with Trayvon Martin. And we finally got George Zimmerman in court. When the jury said not guilty, we said we disagreed, but we didn't go and attack his parents.
No,
we didn't go and chase him down.
We didn't go and attack other people that got a difference of opinion. The people that was happy he was found not guilty, that he got off, that he went on by his merry way. We didn't attack nobody. The Black community did not attack. But why, on the reverse, this family is asking questions about what happened to their son, Nolan Wells. They get attacked.
We accepted that when we had the killing in Missouri with Michael Brown, and President Obama was president. We asked for the federal government to come in there. Eric Holder and them investigated the case and said there wasn't no federal case that they could bring. We accepted that. So don't act like we don't accept it. We accepted when Michael Brown's case didn't go federal.
Y'all need to go and find out who don't want to accept things when they lose things. Why y'all let that person not accept anything. Okay? And you talking about this family. Put the shoe on the other foot. Put the shoe on the other foot. That's all I got to say. Because y'all be trying people. Y'all be trying to use this white privilege stuff way too much. Y'all act like it's that's your right or something. It's not your damn. Oh, I shouldn't curse. It's not your right. Y'all trying to invoke that on everything. Oh Lord.
When they're fair, but we want them to be fair. That's why I said, as the Congress said, they're giving them 7 days. The FBI come back either way, but we want it reviewed by the Congress at some point. I'm on my way tomorrow to Madison, Wisconsin, to deal with Ruiz shot on camera. Well, man, there's a company trying to get a contract that is in business with ICE. I'm going to talk about that tomorrow. We look at it from a civil rights point of view. They're dealing with it from their son. This is fresh blood. Yes, ma'am.
Has the DA said anything to your attorneys regarding the joint investigation of the cell phone?
I'm sorry. Can you repeat that, please?
Oh, sorry. Has the DA said anything, given any guidance on the joint investigation of the cell phone?
We are in constant communication, and just like anything, like to address the gentleman sitting next to you. What was your name again?
Greg.
Yeah, you get 2 shots. Yeah.
This is Greg Dunmore.
Okay. Just to address Greg's question, the truth has to be proven and shown with the methodology, the way they came about. Someone just can't come out and say, hey, I have a Ferrari, and then you believe they have a Ferrari. I don't have a Ferrari. the truth has to be shown. You got to bring them to your garage, show them the title. That's the truth. And yes, we will accept the truth. So the same way with what the young lady sitting next to you is saying, which is we have procedures that the courts require that we as lawyers ethically have to follow in order to turn over evidence. There's chains of custody. There's protected private information. And we are willing, in fact, today, I'm not doing anything the rest of the day, to meet with the FBI and our person, our expert, to go over that phone. And we've made that clear. So we're ready to do that at any moment.
Lisa just want to say one last point on that.
I'm going to back up a little bit. So just to clarify, what the agreement was that the DA's office, and this is the Jackson County DA's office, as well as our forensic team, and possibly the FBI, were going to together download and examine the phone. So it's done one time with everybody together, right? This is very common in the law. I mean, what you all may be more used to is when there's a terrible car accident, and then there's an examination of that car, and everybody comes together one time. They don't move that car around, and everybody does their own thing. This is what is supposed to happen. We're waiting for the DA to determine the time, the place, the date. Let us know, and we are going to be there with our forensics team and anybody else, but it's done one time, one examination. We're ready for it to happen.
Julie Walker, Associated Press. Can you give us a sort of a timeline of what's next going forward, including any possible lawsuits that would be filed, not against you, as you had mentioned before, but that you would be filing? And then the completion of the independent autopsy and how that's moving along, and anything else that would be moving forward. And I know you had mentioned you wanted that national day. Other than that, anything in the future?
Well, we want to make sure people understand we're going to follow the truth wherever it leads us. There's been a lot made about we want to come and bring some lawsuit. When Christine and Elmore called me, we weren't thinking about bringing a lawsuit. We were thinking about just helping them get to the truth. That is a vehicle that we can use to get to the truth if the facts tell us that. We send out preservation letters, and everybody said, oh, they're going to sue them. No, we send out preservation letters to preserve the evidence. And in those standard letters, you say litigation is reasonably anticipated to say, don't get rid of the evidence. We're on record that we want the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. And that's what's going to lead us in what we do. It's about the evidence, nothing else. And this family has always said from day one, even when I called Reverend Allen and talked to him, they have been consistent. We want to know what happened to our child. Everything else is just, it's just clickbait and everything. It's about what happened to our child. Black press, NABJ, we need you now more than ever to keep everybody focused. What happened to this 18-year-old Black teenager in Mississippi? Because there have been questions when you look at the history of the Deep South where young Black people are unalive and nobody ever gets any answers. Well, we want Nolan Wells not to be like many others that came before him.
And that is why, as I said earlier, August 28th, the anniversary of Dr. King's March, Martin III and I we were doing a huge march in Washington, Lincoln Memorial. This will be highlighted in other cases because these things keep happening, and to protect the right to vote. So we intend to stay out on the battlefield as long as necessary. Yes.
And I'd ask about the independent autopsy.
We understand that Dr. Roger Mitchell is made himself available at any point that the district attorney's office and the medical examiner will allow him to come. He's ready, willing, and able to go do it.
Brooklyn Banks with NABJ News. You mentioned just now that local cases have happened like this that are similar. What do you think about this case in particular being called race politics?
About this case in particular, what?
Being considered race politics.
I think that the race politics of this case has been the reaction. I think that we're not predetermining that the case was racial. We're determining that the answer, the investigation, has been racially divided, and that's what made it racial. Yeah, I'll take two more. This is a press. I'm not a revival. We're not going to be here all afternoon.
Yes, sir. And also the voice. In particular, piggyback on what Trump said. Is it the fact that it's happened in Mississippi why it seems to be so difficult to get answers in regards to the show right now?
And did you say Trump or rather than Crump? I'm just trying to. Yeah, we're praying for you at the prayer meeting.
I want to keep an open mind. I know there have been several attacks on us just for asking questions, and it's okay. I mean, when you think about Mississippi, they attacked all my heroes. The governor's predecessors, they attacked, Ida B. Wells, Medgar Evers, my personal hero, Thurgood Marshall, Dr. Martin Luther King, for saying that we're going to stand up for Black life and Black humanity and the right to Black people to have the Constitution applied to them as American citizens. So I'm unapologetic in my defense of Black life, Black liberty, and Black humanity. God has a calling on all our lives. And when you figure out what that calling is, you don't second guess it. You say, God, I know why I put on this earth, to be there, to stand up for our people in times when they have nobody else to stand up for them. And so whether it's Mississippi or anywhere else in the deep South, or as Malcolm X said, I heard they discriminate against Black people in the South. He said, I guess my definition of the South would be anything beneath the Canadian border, because last time I checked, they discriminate against Black people all across America. And so what we're saying is we are open-minded. We want to trust them, but we can't be naive. We have to verify everything, as Attorney Hurt said. Whatever conclusions you come to, we want the methodology. Whatever investigation you're doing, we want to know that it's the same investigation that you would do with your child, not treat Nolan any differently. That's what we're trying to do. That's all we're asking.
All right, we're going to take one more, and then we have to take the family out. Jesse Jackson Jr., who has his own radio show.
I represent BDLA today. Let me ask a question, Congresswoman. Nolan Wells' body was found on federal territory, Horn Island, run by the National Park Service. Are you aware of any death investigation opened up by the National Park Service into his death on federal land? First question, actually 2 parts. There have been 7 arrests made for the swimming pool, also run by the National Park Service. Why the disparity between arrests over the reflecting pool in front of the Lincoln Memorial and 0 arrests, subpoenas regarding the National Park Service in the case of
The answer, and I have the lawyer's answer, is that is why we raised it, thanks to the CBC and Congresswoman, to a federal level, because the federal government has to answer those questions of involvement, because Horn Island is federal property. And while they can have a grand jury indict around the reflection pool, then announce they're pulling back the charges, now have with a new special grand jury. They done went to a pool twice and haven't come to Horn Island one time.
Not one time.
So I think that the contradiction there is why we keep raising the questions.
And also, too, as a matter of record, being in Congress, there is federal oversight. And I sit on Judiciary Committee in Congress. We also have the Senate Judiciary Committee. And oftentimes there are a lot of these kinds of investigations that come before us because we have the authority for oversight. So since this is considered, at this point, would be considered something of national federal interest, that is the reason why we're asking for the accountability to make sure that this is not just swept under the rug.
And I'll say in conclusion, thank you to the media. Now more than ever, the 4th branch of government, we need you. NABJ, we need you now more than ever. We're talking about Nolan Wells, but remember, there were 2 other 18-year-old Black teenagers who were unalived in highly questionable situations. Tyler Smith and David Urban. And we need to be talking about these children. We got, the young lady, Alyssa Hackett, who was, brutalized by a state trooper and who cursed her. She's a tiny Black teenager. And, Reverend Allen, as we were looking at the video, as a girl dad, if a police officer can't have an interaction with a Black teenage girl without body slamming her, cursing her, and punching her in the face, what does that say about where we're at in America in 2026? This is about covering those stories, even when people who may run your news outlets don't want you to cover the stories. We need you to give us a voice in the tradition of Ida B. Wells. We can't have the police just writing the narratives and the reports. We need you all writing those narrative reports. And you got to challenge your white counterparts and say it. Ida B. Wells said famously, Reverend Al, the killers write the police reports. No, we need NABJ to write the reports and the narratives. Thank you.
Okay, guys. This is the family of Nolan Wells. The family of Nolan Wells and their attorney that is asking for federal review on the death of their son. Nolan Wells, 18 years old, unalived on Horn Island in Mississippi on July the 4th. Guys, yes, they have to stay on, we have to stay on their necks. Don't let them intimidate them, and don't give up. We cannot give up, guys. We have to fight. We have to do whatever we have to do whatever is necessary in the means of legal. Okay? Don't forget, we have morals and standards. We're not going to stoop down to their level. Okay? We have to do everything legal. But we still want justice for Nolan Wells. Justice for Nolan Wells. His mother needs justice, his father, his whole family. We'll keep tracking this as the federal review request moves forward. If the DOJ responds, that changes the entire trajectory of this case. But for now, guys, the family is standing firm. The attorneys is pushing for accountability, and the public deserves clarity. We all deserve clarity on this matter. It's been days, it's been weeks now. July the 4th is when he was unalive. They found his body 2 days later on the 6th. So it's not too much to ask to handle this case like any other family would want their case to be handled. And for anybody out there that don't understand it and don't want to understand, I see why you don't want to understand. Because by you not understanding, that let us see who you are. We see you. Because you would want this justice for your child. You would want answers for your child's death. And the fact that you can't understand this, let us know who you are. All right, guys. We're not going to stay. I probably will. There's some other stuff. I do want to drop that information on that the police officer that beat, I would say beat and punched a teenager, a female. Okay, he escalated everything himself. So I do want to drop that information. But thank you all for being here. Thank you all for everybody that came out to support the channel and supporting the Miss Christine and Elmos. Thank you guys. All right. And also for August 19th, they're going to have a National Day of Prayer for Nolan Wells and his family. Rest in peace, Nolan Wells. And National Day of Peace. Nolan Wells will be 19 years old coming up. 19 years old. He didn't even make it for his birthday because to me, this was all planned. And if it wasn't planned, I think it was all planned, just in my book. And that's just my opinion. Everybody got their own opinion. But I think this was a planned, calculated move because they needed, it was the 4th of July. That's a holiday for a lot of those racist people. And they needed to have a sacrifice, in my opinion. And he was the chosen Black person, Black child. You got to remember, he got a lot of qualities. Nolan is an excellent swimmer. He's very strong body. He's very tall. He's very intelligent. He's good at everything he does. He just pursues so much integrity. He pursues so much awareness about himself and people around him. He have that loving quality that no matter what picture you see him Nolan in, he outshines all of his friends. And I do believe there was some jealousy involved. But I think grown-ups had something to do with this too. Allegedly, and in my book, and I'm not saying anybody did anything to him, but a person have a right to think out loud. But also I do want to say that they're innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. And I don't think this thing is, they're trying to make sure this don't go to trial, that there's no trial. And they're waiting on a grand jury to look at the, before they present the autopsy and the toxicology report. But some people already got information from all of those. And they're not even part of the family. If you want to see that, go to my live I did last night. You hear it and see it. All right. Thank you guys for being here. We're going to go ahead and go for now. All right. We're going to go ahead and go for now. Bye-bye, guys. Y'all have a
if you ain't having fun. I guess I'll try this, try that, might miss, gotta find what I'm good at. I guess I look here, look there, over where am I scared?